A kidney stone is a localized physical trauma. It is a dense, jagged mass of minerals with razor-sharp edges that scrapes its way through the narrowest tubes of your urinary tract, causing a level of pain frequently compared to unmedicated childbirth. Today, 1 in 11 adults will develop a stone. For those who do endure the process of passing one, 50% will face another stone event within 5 years. When doctors analyze these stones, they find that 75% of them are made of calcium oxalate. Calcium oxalate is a crystalline compound that forms when calcium binds with oxalate waste in your urine. This leads many to an intuitive conclusion. If the stone is made of calcium, the solution is to stop eating dairy and cut calcium from their diet. But the data shows the opposite result. When patients rigorously eliminate calcium from their meals, they frequently return to the emergency room with larger, more frequent stones. Starving the body of dietary calcium does not stop stone formation, it accelerates it. The public understanding of how these crystals form is backward. When you consume calcium, it acts as a molecular binder in your stomach and intestines. It finds dietary oxalates, compounds found in foods like spinach and nuts, and locks onto them. By binding together in the digestive tract, the calcium neutralizes the oxalate. The combined molecules are too large to be absorbed into your bloodstream, so they are safely excreted as solid waste. They never reach your kidneys. While dietary calcium acts as a shield, the driver of stone formation is often high sodium intake. Your kidneys share a transport pathway for processing both sodium and calcium. When you consume a heavy load of salt, the sodium overwhelms the filtering system. To clear the sodium, the kidney shoves calcium out of the bloodstream, leaking it directly into the urinary tract. This sodium-induced leak creates a supersaturated environment. With no dietary calcium left in the gut to trap the oxalates, those compounds flood the kidneys and bind directly with the leaked calcium, forming sharp crystal clusters. Preventing a stone requires manipulating this internal chemistry, controlling sodium to stop the leaks, and maintaining calcium to bind oxalates in the gut. This chemical balancing act explains why the DASH diet is such an effective prevention tool. It requires high daily intakes of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and legumes. Paradoxically, many of these plant-based foods are naturally loaded with oxalates. Following this diet should theoretically flood the kidneys with the raw materials needed for stones. This chart plots data from 3 demographic groupings, tracking over 200,000 people for a combined 50 years. The data shows a sharp downward trend. Strict adherence to the DASH diet reduces kidney stone risk by up to 60%. Fruits and vegetables deliver massive doses of citrate and phytate into the urine. Phytate is a natural plant compound that actively binds to minerals and stops them from crystallizing. Citrate and phytate act as chemical shields. These compounds overwhelm dietary oxalates, coating the calcium particles and physically blocking them from locking together. Before we look at a final dietary tool that alters how your kidneys function, take a second to like this video and subscribe. We explore the biological chemistry behind human health every week. A nationwide epidemiological survey of nearly 10,000 adults in China found a striking correlation. Individuals who consumed dietary vinegar every day had a drastically lower risk of kidney stones. The active ingredient in vinegar is acetic acid. When consumed, it triggers an epigenetic regulation inside kidney cells. This process changes how cells read their genes without altering the underlying DNA sequence. The acetic acid alters histones, the proteins DNA wraps around. This unspools the DNA and promotes the expression of specific microRNAs, particularly one called miR130A3P, which controls gene activity. Activating this genetic sequence causes the kidney cells to ramp up their production of stone-blocking citrate while simultaneously reducing the amount of calcium they leak into the urine. Dietary vinegar and clinical prescriptions of potassium citrate chemically reprogram the organ at a cellular level, stopping stones from forming at the source. Prevention is a precise mathematical equation of fluid dynamics and chemical inhibitors. The baseline metric is volume. Consuming 2.5 to 3 liters of water every day provides the solvent needed to dilute the urinary environment and keep minerals moving. Next are the dietary ratios, maintaining a normal intake of dietary calcium to trap oxalates in the gut, while limiting sodium to stop the kidneys from leaking calcium. Finally, you integrate the chemical shields, adopting the citrate-rich DASH diet and potentially incorporating daily vinegar to keep the biological scales balanced. By balancing your internal chemistry, you possess the formula for maintaining the solubility of minerals, managing the environment inside your kidneys from the inside out.